and welcome to a brand new Daily Disney Girls video. Okay, so today it should have been part 2 of the 4-part theme park series, like the must-do tips videos. However, so much information has been brought out over the last 2 weeks about Walt Disney World, and basically I'm going to call it the new Walt Disney World because it is a completely different to the Walt Disney World that we all know and love. So I thought that I would gather all the information that I have learnt over the past 2 weeks and share it with you guys, because there is a lot of information that is being thrown at people, and it doesn't matter whether you've never been before or you have been 5-10 times before. Everything is completely different. Everybody is learning all the new information, and there is a lot of information to take in. So without further ado, I thought I would explain to you all and help you understand the brand new Walt Disney World for 2020 and 2021, because that's how far into the future all these changes go. First of all, we have got opening dates for Walt Disney World. So they are reopening the Magic Kingdom Park and Animal Kingdom Park on the 11th of July 2020, and on the 15th of July they are reopening Epcot Centre and Hollywood Studios. To manage attendance to the theme parks during their reopening period, they have introduced a new Disney Parks Pass system. So basically, it doesn't matter whether you already have your theme park tickets or not. You can't just show up anymore to Walt Disney World on the first day of your vacation with your park ticket and just get in. You now need to reserve a space in the theme park of your choice that day. So they've basically introducing something called the Disney Parks Pass system, the reservation system. So what Walt Disney World have announced is that all guests with I'm sorry if I'm reading over here, by the way, I've wrote notes on my computer screen so I don't get anything wrong for you guys. All guests with a ticket or an annual pass ticket will be required to make a reservation in advance for each park entry day using the new online system. And there is a few important details that you need to know before you start getting into the reservation system. Number 1, you will need a My Disney Experience account. So I've mentioned that in previous videos on the FastPass Plus video. So the app that you can get on your phone or the My Disney Experience website, you need to log on either the website or the app, make an account, make an account. You will then need a valid theme park ticket for the Walt Disney World Resort. So at this moment in time, if you had already purchased or had booked with part of your holiday package Walt Disney World tickets, you should have already been contacted by your travel provider, whether that be, I don't know, a package holiday through a travel provider such as Virgin Holidays, or whether you've bought your tickets from a ticket website like ATD or Floridatix, or you have bought your tickets directly from the Walt Disney World Travel Company. Whichever company you have purchased from, they should have contacted you by now, and they should have given you a date, which I think was one date last week. I'm not 100% what the date was. Asking you basically to pay in full for your tickets to guarantee you having those theme park tickets. There has been a lot of upset customers, as you can imagine, because asking for people to pay up £400 to £500 per ticket just within a week to guarantee access for your holiday, it's not really fair. But you know, luckily the British travel agencies such as Virgin, such as TUI, and all the other companies have all been brilliant, obviously saying, you know, if you can't afford to upgrade your ticket, if you can't afford to pay for your tickets, or you've decided you don't want to go anymore, obviously you are being able to rearrange your holiday. However, a lot of people have rearranged this year's 2020 holiday to next year in 2021, and all of this new information regarding the changes to Walt Disney World unfortunately will still stand until the end of September 2021. So if you have rearranged your summer holiday from this year to the summer next year or to Easter next year because you're thinking that it's all going to be back to normal by then, I'm sorry to say, but it's not going to be, based on the information that Disney World have released at this moment in time. I just thought I would add in as well, because I completely forgot to mention, following on from what I've literally just been saying, if you have moved your holiday from this year to next year, hoping that everything's going to be back to normal, obviously it's not going to be. Don't forget, if you didn't already know, they have announced that there's going to be no Disney dining plans, there's going to be no FastPass Plus, and there is going to be no pre-advanced dining reservations. As far as we're aware, until the end of September next year. There's definitely no dining plans until the end of September next year, and they have temporarily cancelled all FastPass Plus reservations and all dining reservations. That doesn't really have a date as to when they will be returning. However, I imagine it's going to be in line with the Disney dining plans and be end of September next year as well. So, like I said, the Disney that we've all had to learn how to plan and stuff with the FastPass Plus system, with the 30 and 60 day windows and the 180 day window for the dining plans. The dining reservations are all completely gone out the window and doesn't exist anymore, and it won't exist majority of next year either. So don't forget, if you have moved your holiday to next year and you were hoping for a dining plan and you think you're going to be getting your fast passes and stuff, fast passes and dining reservations aren't going to exist. So yes, back to the video. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Before you try to use the Disney Park Pass, before you try to use the Disney Park Pass system, you need to make sure that 1, you have a My Disney Experience account. Number 2, you have valid theme park tickets and you have linked them to your My Disney Experience account. Number 3, if you have a Disney hotel reservation or a hotel reservation that is one of the official partner hotels of Disney, there is a selected list available online. Make sure you have that hotel reservation linked to your My Disney Experience account as well, prior to using the Disney Park Pass system. Okay, so when it comes to the day that you're able to use the Disney Park Pass system, which I will explain to you when you'll be able to use that in a minute, but when you do become available to use it, you will be given a calendar of dates, very similar to when you are using the FastPass Plus system, very similar to when you are making a dining reservation. You'll be given a calendar. You will then be able to find the dates for your vacation, your holiday, and you'll basically then be able to reserve park days for the whole duration of your holiday, and that is for the whole of 2020 and the whole of 2021 up until the 26th of September 2021. So holidays from now until 26th of September 2021. If you have a multiple day ticket, which if you are a UK guest you probably will have, because UK guests get offered either the 7-day, 14-day or 21-day park ticket, because obviously we tend to go for either a week or 2 or 3 weeks on vacation to Walt Disney World. So if you've got a multiple day park ticket, you will be able to book your whole duration on that one day. You won't have to go on each day like you do with other things like FastPass Plus and dining reservations. You'll be able to do the whole holiday in one go. You will also need to make sure that all friends and family that are within your party are all linked to each other on the My Disney Experience account. So each person needs to have a profile on the My Disney Experience account, and they all need to be linked as part of the same party so that you can get the same time slots for entering the Walt Disney World property. If you aren't all linked, when you do come to make your reservations, you might find out that you've managed to reserve half the party in Magic Kingdom on your day one and the other half didn't manage to get it, or they did manage to get a reservation but at a completely different time. So to make sure you are all sticking together, you need to make sure all your profiles are linked to each other on My Disney Experience. So unfortunately the park reservation system will be limited, with limited numbers and limited availability, and it will be on first come first serve basis. So it will be very similar, like I've said previously, to the dine-in reservation system and the FastPass Plus reservation system. Very, very similar to that. It's kind of the same as when you're trying to get a limited release online, for like Minnie Maid attraction, or when you're trying to get concert tickets on Ticketmaster. It's kind of the same deal. You'll get given a day that you can log on to try and get it. You'll get given a time, which I do know these dates and times. I will explain that in a second. and then it's kind of first person to get on the site, and it will be once they've all gone, they're gone, basically. So even though you have a holiday booked for, I don't know, May 2021, and you're going for 2 weeks, you are not guaranteed to actually get into the Walt Disney World Resort, unfortunately, without these reservations. And even though you have access to the reservation system, it's first come, first serve. Once the places are gone, they are gone, unfortunately. One last important thing to know before you start looking into how to use the Disney Parks Pass system is that you need to know that unfortunately there will be no longer any park hopping available at the Walt Disney World Resort. So that is only a temporary ban, if you like. I know with American theme park tickets and other countries, their theme park tickets sometimes have the option to add a park hopper option onto your tickets. So if you have already pre-bought a park hopper ticket, which if you are a UK guest, your multi-day tickets includes the park hopping option, but it's not necessarily, that's just included, you don't pay extra for it. But if your tickets are a park hopper ticket, then you will have been contacted already by your ticket provider to either cancel your tickets or modify it to a different ticket. Yeah, there's not going to be any park hopping at all. So if you don't really know what park hopping means, it basically means that usually on a normal day of your vacation, you could maybe go and visit the Magic Kingdom in the morning, and then you might decide at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you might decide you want to leave the Magic Kingdom and park hop over to Epcot or to Hollywood Studios, and then you will have spent half of the day at Magic Kingdom and half the day at Epcot. Unfortunately, temporarily, you will not be allowed to do that. You will not be allowed to park hop. At this moment in time, they've not said when that will be brought back in. Hopefully, it won't be until September next year. But at this moment in time, there isn't a date that you'll be able to do that again. So when you do go on to reserve your park days, you will have to decide which day you are going to visit which park, or you're going to try and visit which park. So say if on the Tuesday you wanted to do Magic Kingdom and you get a reservation for Magic Kingdom, then that is your park for that day. You cannot then visit a different park later on in the day. And then say on a Wednesday you wanted to get a reservation for Hollywood Studios, and you managed to get a reservation for Hollywood Studios, and that's your park for that day. You will not be able to then park hop over to a different one because you've got a reservation. You can't get more than one reservation in that one day. I hope all this makes sense. I have so much information to give you guys, and I just want to make sure everybody who does have a holiday booked and you are still planning on going, that you fully understand all of this information, because I would hate for anybody to not understand any of it and miss out on potentially getting to visit the parks and not understanding the experiences whilst you're there. So yeah. Oh, it does say on the Disney Parks blog that they are hoping to bring back park hopping for 2021 ticket purchases. They've not specified though what months, whether that be early into 2021, I don't know. So fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, so just to have a very quick recap on what we've just said, before you do try to reserve your park days on the Disney Parks Pass system, you need to, number 1, make sure you have a My Disney Experience account. Number 2, link your tickets to the account. Number 3, if you have a Disney hotel stay, make sure that is all linked up to your My Disney Experience account as well. And number 4, this one I haven't said yet, so make sure you listen to this. Number 4, reservations can only be done on the My Disney Experience website and not on the My Disney Experience smartphone app. So do not try and make your reservations on the app on your phone or your iPad. You can only do it on the website. As I've previously said, if you have already booked your holiday for 2020 or 2021, you should have been contacted by your travel agent or ticket provider to pay off your tickets in full, and you should have had like a deadline date. I think it was one day last week that you needed to basically pay your tickets off. That is because at this moment in time, the Disney Parks Pass system will only be available to people who have already bought their theme park tickets. So if you have a 2021 holiday booked and you haven't paid for your theme park tickets yet, the dates that I'm about to tell you will not apply to you, unfortunately, because you can only access the Disney Parks Pass system at the moment if you've already paid off your theme park tickets. Do not worry though, that does not mean that you will never get to pay off your tickets for next year and that you won't be able to access the system, it just means that unfortunately you've missed the first wave of being able to book your reservations. So in theory, it'll probably be harder for you to gain access to reservations for your dates, more than likely, if most people that have booked for this year and next year have already paid off their tickets. I think if you have a 2020 holiday, you have kind of had no choice but to pay for your tickets. If you've got a holiday for next year, for 2021, I think it was kind of optional. However, if you haven't paid them off yet and you do still plan on going, or even if you've not booked your holiday yet for next year, so therefore you've not paid your tickets off because you've not booked the holiday yet, you will be able to, at some point when they announce the dates, be able to go on the reservation system to make reservations. However, because there's people who will have already paid off the tickets and will have accessed it already, they could have already sold out for your dates, or it could have very small availability left. So yeah. Okay, so if you have already paid off your theme park tickets and you've got a holiday booked, listen up for these dates. So 22nd of June, now that happens to be today, the day that I'm filming this, is the very first day that any Disney Parks guests are able to access the Walt Disney World Disney Parks Pass system. Oh my gosh, it's such a tongue twister, that. Yes, so today, if you have a Disney Resort hotel or other selected Disney hotel booking and you have paid in full for your valid theme park tickets, then today is the day that you are able to access the reservation system and make your reservations for your entire holiday, for either your 2020 holiday or your 2021 holiday, for holidays going up to the 26th of September 2021. So the next date is the 26th of June 2020. On that day, if you are an annual pass holder but you don't currently have a hotel reservation booking, you don't currently, or you will never have a Disney hotel reservation booking, but you do plan on visiting the parks this year or next year, and you're an annual pass holder, 26th of June, that's the day that you'll be able to hop onto the reservation system and make your reservations. And then finally on the 28th of June 2020, so I think that's exactly a week away today, I think it might be on Sunday. Yeah, this coming Sunday on the 28th, all other ticket holders, so basically if you are staying off site, you're not staying in a Disney hotel, you might be staying in a hotel that's non-Disney related, or you might be staying in a villa, or you might not have even booked your accommodation yet, but you've got valid tickets, that's the day that everybody else will be able to hop onto the reservation system. So just to recap, today, 22nd of June, Disney hotel guests and other like Disney partner hotels can, with valid tickets, can book their reservations. 26th of June, if you're an annual pass holder, you will be able to hop onto the reservation system and make your reservations. And the 28th of June, if you have got a holiday booked with full valid tickets, regardless of where you are staying, you will be able to hop on and get your reservations. Okay, when it comes to your day that you are able to hop onto the reservation system, it will become active at 12 p.m. noon UK time. If you are in the States, that is 7 a.m. Eastern time or 6 a.m. Central time. And don't worry, Disney have said that later on this summer they will resume sales of 2020 tickets and Disney hotel reservations based on 2020 arrivals, based on what availability they have left for the parks. So basically, what I gather from that is they're saying if they still, after these 3 dates, have still got availability for the rest of this year, then they will give people the opportunity to buy tickets that haven't already, or to buy a hotel stay in a Disney hotel if you haven't managed to yet. However, it will purely be based on what availability is left. So if after these 3 June dates, all availability for the rest of 2020 goes, then they probably won't resume any sales for this year. But I do imagine later on in this year they will resume sales for 2021 bookings. Yes. Now that being said, like I said, today is the 22nd of June and it is currently 2:30, so 2.5 hours ago, all those Disney hotel guests have been able to start making their reservations. So shout out to a Facebook group that I'm in, it's called It's Orlando Time. I have got some of the information that I have passed on to you today from that Facebook group. It's absolutely brilliant. If you are organising or planning your Walt Disney World trip for this year, next year, or even any years in the future, it's a brilliant Facebook page. Go and request to join it. There's lots of helpful people on there. You can ask anything, and the people in the group will be able to help you. So because I am in that Facebook group, I have seen people that have been trying to book their reservations for the Walt Disney World Resort today. And what I have seen so far, based on my fellow friends in the It's Orlando Time Facebook group, it is not an easy process. So like I said, it becomes available at 12 p.m. UK time, 6 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Central. It's not easy. People have been waiting up to an hour and a half to gain access to the site. It's been crashing a lot for people. And some people, unfortunately, there was a lady that I read earlier on, has a holiday booked, 2-week holiday booked end of August this year. It took her an hour to eventually gain access to the webpage on the My Disney Experience website. By the time she got on, she only managed to actually get, I think it was like 4 days out of a whole 14-day holiday. I'm not trying to say this to scare you by all means, however, unfortunately that lady has got a 2-week Orlando holiday booked now for the end of August, and only 4 days out of 14 is she able to visit the Disney World parks, because all the other days for all the other parks were completely sold out, which is really annoying. She said that she was sat on her computer at 12, and basically the website didn't let her on until around 1 o'clock, so it took her an hour just to only get 4 days of a holiday. So, you know, have that in mind when you are deciding whether you want to actually visit the parks this year or next year. It's a very, very expensive holiday, no matter what part of the world you are coming from as well. But obviously if you're coming from the UK as well, you've got to factor in that it's such a long flight. It's 9.5 hours, and you might not even get to visit Walt Disney World whilst you're there, and if you do, you might not get to visit much of it. So yeah, make sure you're on it. If you are able to qualify for one of those days, or in the future you're able to qualify for one of those days that you can hop onto the reservation system and try and make reservations for parks, be on it. Like, sit on your computer ready a good 5-10 minutes before 12 p.m. hits, and, you know, start refreshing, bang on. Like, even maybe use what Adam Hatton suggested in one of his vlogs for getting the virtual queues. I think it's called time.is. I'll put it on screen somewhere below. That is like a website that gives you the accurate, like, to the millisecond time, so you can then refresh like as bang on as possible on the website. So maybe use that to try and be on it and try and like gain access to it quicker. Do whatever possible, because I really don't want you guys to miss out on, you know, your all important Disney World holidays. Okay, so that being said, we've talked about the reservation system, we've talked about when they're reopening, we've talked about when you're able to make your reservations if you manage to get a reservation. I also want to let you know they have announced when the Disney World hotels will be reopening. Now, I will say, not all of the hotels are opening yet. So if you have got a hotel reservation, I'm guessing your travel agent will have already let you know. But if you haven't made a booking yet, I mean, you probably won't be able to make a booking anyway, but if you haven't made a booking yet for later on this year, and let's say next week they say, okay, we've done our 3 dates now, we've got some availability, here's what you can book. So these are the hotels they're opening, when they're opening, and which ones that aren't. So I'm just going to read off the screen. So on the 10th of July, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas at Jambo House will be opening, Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Contemporary Resort. So that's on the 10th. You've got Contemporary, Pop Century and Animal Kingdom Villas, Jambo House. And then on the 29th of July, you've got the Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. On the 12th of August, you've got the Polynesian Village Resort and the Art of Animation Resort. On the 24th of August, they're reopening the Yacht and Beach Club Resort. 21st of September, they are reopening the Grand Floridian. 1st of October, this is how far away it's going, 1st of October, they are reopening Disney's Boardwalk Inn. And the 14th of October, they are reopening Disney's Coronado Springs Resort. They are the only hotels at this moment in time that do have a reopening date. There is currently no date provided for a reopening of any of the All-Star Sports. All-Star Sports. Any of the All-Star resorts, that's All-Star Sports, All-Star Music, All-Star Movies. There is no date for Port Orleans Resort, whether that's French Quarter or Riverside. There is no reopening for the Animal Kingdom Lodge if you are a non-DVC member, Disney Vacation Club member, that is if you don't know what DVC means. And there is no date provided for Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Okay, the next one's a bit of a sad one. So, unfortunately, me and Becky have never stayed on site together yet. I've stayed on site when I was younger, and then me and Becky went to Disney World last year, but we stayed off site, and we were hoping to go next year and stay on site because there has always been loads of benefits to staying on site. Obviously, you get to do the extra magic hours, you can go on the Magical Express, you get your resort mugs, and you get complimentary magic bands. Also, we did. So for the past few years, if you had a Disney hotel booking, then you got complimentary magic bands. If you don't know what a magic band is, it is a bracelet that you wear on your wrist. I haven't got mine to hand to show you at this moment in time, but I'll put a picture on screen. And this magic band, this bracelet, is access to so many things. It is your hotel room key to open your door. It is your park ticket. It lets you get into the park ticket, into the parks, not park tickets. It helps you get into the park by tapping your magic band and doing your fingerprint. It also has all the information for all your dining reservations on it and for all your FastPass Plus reservations usually. So usually if you've got FastPass Plus, you just tap your magic band at the entrance to the FastPass entrance. Same with if you've got a dining reservation, you usually just go to the person at the entrance to whatever restaurant you have a reservation at, and you just tap your magic band and then your information would come up on their computer and they'd be like, oh yeah, in you go. Magic bands are amazing. Everybody loves magic bands. They come in loads of different colours, loads of different designs. Everybody loves them. So it's been a complimentary thing for a while that if you have a hotel reservation, you get a free magic band as part of your stay, and they like put your name on the inside of it. They have announced, unfortunately, a couple of days ago that they are going to be retiring their complimentary magic band distribution to Disney World hotel guests for new reservations that will be arriving from the 1st of January 2021. So if you do have a booking that is going ahead and you manage to get your reservations for the rest of this year, you're in luck, you'll still get your complimentary magic band. But any hotel starting from the 1st of January next year, that's new bookings. So I'm guessing if you've already got a booking, it might still be honoured, but I'm not 100% sure. I have a feeling they won't get honoured. I have a feeling. Yeah. No more. So they have said Disney Resort hotel guests will continue though to have the option to purchase new magic bands at a discounted rate, and they will be introducing even more colours and designs that will be available to the Disney hotel guests at a discounted rate. So there's still a perk. You will get it cheaper, but it's not free. And they've also said if you are a guest who would prefer not to purchase a discounted magic band, that's absolutely fine, and you'll be able to use your My Disney Experience app on your phone or the Key to the World card during your visit for your, your key card. Kind of like what they have in Disneyland Paris, your key card that, gets you into your hotel room and gets you into the park. Yeah, you can just use the card instead. They have said though that they will still be selling magic bands. Like I say, if you're a hotel guest, you'll get it discounted. If you're off-site and you want to buy a magic band like we did, they will still be offered at all the usual retail locations and on the US Shop Disney website. Okay, so moving on to when you're actually at Walt Disney World. Their original announcement back probably about a month ago now, they made an original announcement saying that obviously they're going to reopen Walt Disney World. And when they made their original announcement, that came with a bit of an update about attractions and entertainment during your Walt Disney World stay. So they were originally very vague about attractions and entertainment update. They didn't specify what will be open, like in terms of rides and stuff, but what they did say was that there was going to be no fireworks, no nighttime spectacular shows, no parades, no character meet and greets, and none of the playgrounds will be open for children to use. So, if you watched my last video where I was like doing a bit of a chatty video about what they'd announced, it's just a bit rubbish. Like, it makes it sound like you'll go in and you will never see Mickey Mouse, you will never see Minnie, You'll never see Donald, you'll never see Daisy. It made it sound like you won't see a single firework in the sky. And yeah, and like all that there'd be there is rides, but even you got the impression that there wouldn't be many rides open. So a couple of days ago, they've made a little bit more information available about the attractions and the entertainment. So I would say that if you have never been before to Walt Disney World, it is very different, and I would definitely really consider whether you want to go. However, if you have been before, they have introduced some cool announcements which I wasn't expecting, and I think it would be kind of cool to be there and experience them. So yeah, I don't know, it's up to you whether you've never been before or if you have been before. I think if you have been quite a few times, I think it'd be quite cool. But yeah, so there's no fireworks, no nighttime spectaculars. That means like no Fantasmic, no Star Wars fireworks display at Hollywood Studios, no parades, so no Festival of Fantasy in Magic Kingdom, no character meet and greets, so no queuing up to meet Mickey in the town hall and meeting Tinkerbell and Storybook Circus to meet Donald and Daisy and Goofy and Pluto. None of that. None of the playgrounds will be open either. However, they have now released a full list of rides and attractions that will be open. Some will probably be modified, and some of the shows will still be on, but again they'll be modified to account for physical social distancing. The most exciting thing that they have announced over the past few days is that they have said characters will appear, and they will appear in new and different ways that bring a smile to your face whilst also being mindful of physical distancing. The minute I read that sentence, I was like, oh my god, we will still get to see the characters. Yeah, so I'll just read to you what the Disney World website actually says. So it says, from special... Right, I don't have a clue if I'm saying this word right. I think it's cavalcades, and that's what I'm going to stick with. If I've said it wrong, I'm really sorry. Yeah, let me continue. So, from special cavalcades down the Magic Kingdom Park parade route and friends sailing the waterways of Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, to processions along the World Showcase at Epcot and motorcades on Disney's Hollywood Studios Hollywood Boulevard, each area will come to life throughout the day. You never know when a party of your pals may come by, so be prepared for plenty of surprises. So basically, they have said that even though there is no parades and there is no character meet and greets, they are kind of still going to do a bit of a parade. So they've basically said, down the parade route in Magic Kingdom, randomly throughout the day, there will be some characters that will walk the parade route, or they'll be on a float or in a car that'll go along the parade route. However, it won't be timed. Like, you know, the Festival of Fantasy parade is at 3 o'clock every day. You're not gonna get a time schedule that says at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, this and that will come down the parade route, because then that will make crowds gather, and then there's not much they can do about physical distancing. However, if they randomly appear at random points throughout the day, then by the time there's a chance for a crowd to gather, they should have probably gone. So, I mean, I think that's kind of cool, the surprise element. Yeah, so at first, when they first announced it, they were quite vague about it, but there has actually been an official list made of every ride that will be open, every show and attraction, every cavalcade that will take place, and what shops will be open. So I'm going to just work my way through each theme park and talk you through it. So, starting with Magic Kingdom, I'll talk you through the rides and the shops in a minute, but talking about the entertainment, I'll just read it off the screen for you. So, the Main Street Philharmonic will be back. They will be playing. And then down the character cavalcade throughout the day, they will be a Royal Princess Processional, which will at some point randomly go down the parade route. There'll be a Mickey and Friends cavalcade, so I can imagine that's like Mickey, Minnie and a couple of the classic characters. And then you've got Fantasyland Friends cavalcade. So I'm guessing if you think about the rides that are in Fantasyland, you've got Peter Pan's Flight, you've got It's a Small World, you've got Winnie the Pooh, you've got Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, you have got Little Mermaid, Voyage of the Little Mermaid. What else have you got in Fantasyland? You got Pinocchio's, there isn't a Pinocchio ride, but there's a Pinocchio restaurant in Fantasyland. You've got the princesses in Fantasyland, you've got the carousel. So I'm guessing characters that are kind of fit into the Fantasyland theme will have a cavalcade down the parade route in Magic Kingdom randomly. There's going to be a Goofy cavalcade, and there's also going to be a Tinkerbell and the Lost Treasure cavalcade. So, like I say, there's going to be no timings for them, but that's the Magic Kingdom ones. They will be randomly throughout the day. I don't know whether they're just going to be once each or whether they're going to have multiple times. I don't know. That's the surprise of it, I guess. But they will be going down the normal Festival of Fantasy parade route. Okay, so I'm not going to read to you every single ride and every single shop that is going to be open for Magic Kingdom, but I will put it on screen now. If you want to pause the video right now to have a proper thorough look and see if your favourite shops and your favourite rides are open, then feel free. But yeah, you should be able to see the list right now. Just to name a few, It's a Small World will be open for everyone who hates it. You will get to sit in that boat and you will get to listen to that song on repeat. Everybody who wants to ride the wildest ride in the wilderness, Big Thunder Mountain, will be open. Astro Orbiter will be open. Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin if you want to, try and beat your friends, try and beat your mum, your dad, your brother, your sister. You hop on that, you can do that. Classic Dumbo will be open. Jungle Cruise will be open. Mad Hatter's Tea Party, Mickey's PhilharMagic, Peter Pan's Flight, Pirates of the Caribbean, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Space and Splash Mountain. Woohoo! All the mountains. Don't forget, you can do all the mountains. Yeah, quite a lot of rides are going to be open. There's a lot of shops that are going to be open as well. Big one, yes, the Emporium is going to be open on Main Street. What else is there? I think that's about it. The Christmas shop, woo! The Christmas shop will be open. Okay, so that's Magic Kingdom. Moving on to Epcot, in terms of the cavalcades and the entertainment that will be available at Epcot, the Jammers will be returning to Epcot, so you'll be able to watch them. They were really, really cool. Me and Becky saw them in Epcot last year. That was really talented. Dead cool to watch. And the Marachi Cobri, I'm really sorry if I've just said that wrong. The Marachi Cobri, that'll be returning for entertainment as well in Epcot. In terms of cavalcades that will be around Epcot, the cavalcades will be travelling around the World Showcase Promenade. So the World Showcase is around the lake. I'll put a map on screen now. The showcase is around the lake. If you've never been before, that's where all the countries are. You can go and basically travel around the world in a day at Epcot. There's going to be 3 cavalcades at Epcot. You're going to have a Frozen Promenade. So they basically said Anna and Elsa are going to venture into the unknown around the World Showcase. That's what it said on Disney World's website. I thought that was really cute. Yeah, there's going to be a Frozen one, so you're going to get to see Anna and Elsa. There's going to be a Mickey and Friends World Tour. So I'm assuming usually you can queue up and see Donald Duck in Mexico, and he's usually in like a Mexican outfit. You can usually meet other classic characters in different countries, I think. I don't know. I'm guessing the classic characters are going to be dressed as different countries and different cultures, and they're going to do a little promenade around World Showcase. And then there's also going to be a Princess Promenade around World Showcase. So that's the 3 for there. You've got Frozen, Mickey and Friends, and Princesses. So again, for Epcot, I will put on screen now all the rides, attractions and shops that will be open. Again, if you want to pause right now to have a proper look, feel free to. But just to name a few of like the main ones, yes, Frozen Ever After will be open. The Grand Fiesta Tour featuring the 3 Caballeros will be open. Everyone's favourite creation, Figment, will be open. Yay. Mission Space, Orange and Green will be open. Soarin', everybody loves Soarin'. Make sure you go on Soarin' if you've never been on it. Soarin's open. Test Track, Seas Redeemer and Friends, Turtle Talk with Crush, and the Walt Disney Imagineering presents Epcot Experience. Plenty of shops open. There's going to be Art of Disney, the China Kiosk, Disney Traders. What else is the Mexico Indoor Plaza? That's a cool bit. Mouse Gear in its temporary location. That's such a good shop. Pin Traders Camera Centre. What else is the Test Tracks Emporium, Woodcarver and World Traveller. Yep, so that's all of Epcot for you. Moving on to Hollywood Studios. So Hollywood Studios, entertainment wise, it doesn't say anything about entertainment. It just mentions cavalcade. So I'm guessing there's no Usually down like Hollywood Boulevard, there's like random like Hollywood stars that usually like venture up and down. You know, like you usually get like Marilyn Monroe and things. Obviously not the real Marilyn Monroe, she's dead. But you know, people of that sort of era that usually go up and down the Hollywood Boulevard area. I'm guessing they mustn't be returning because they've not announced it. But there's going to be 3 cavalcades at Hollywood Studios. That includes Disney Junior Stars. They're going to have one. The cavalcades in Hollywood Studios as well will be appearing along Hollywood Boulevard. Disney Junior Stars, Mickey and Friends, and a Pixar motorcade. So I'm assuming that's going to include cars from Pixar if it says it's a motorcade. I do know that it does say on the Disney World website that Star Wars characters from Batuu will be appearing as part of the cavalcade. So I'm assuming that'll be part of the Mickey and Friends motorcade one. I'm assuming. Rides and shops that are going to be open, I'll put on screen now. So to name a few, Mickey and Minnie's brand new Runaway Railway will be open. Smuggler's Run, Millennium Falcon will be open. Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog Dash, Star Tours, Rise of the Resistance, Tower of Terror, Toy Story Mania, Walt Disney Presents, Aliens. Have I said Alien Swimming Saucers? I'm not sure if I did. Yes, all the main ones are going to be open at Hollywood Studios. Shops wise, pretty much most of them are going to be open. Celebrities 5 and 10, Crossroads of the World, the Droid Depot experience where you can like build your own droid. That's supposed to be really cool. That's going to be open. Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway shop is going to be open. Oh gosh, Rock Around the World. Yeah. Hollywood Hotel gift shop. Everybody loves the gift shop. Basically, all the gift shops are going to be open. Of course they are. I'm moving on to Animal Kingdom. My back's hurting. But yeah, moving on to Animal Kingdom. There is going to be 4 cavalcades in Animal Kingdom. They will all be appearing in boats around the Discovery River. Now, the Discovery River, to my knowledge, is where you usually watch... oh my gosh, what's it called? Rivers of Light, Animal Kingdom, where you usually watch Rivers of Light. I'm assuming that's the Discovery River. You can see that river from, there's quite a few points around Animal Kingdom that you can see that river. So the 4 cavalcades that will be on that river in Animal Kingdom is a Discovery River character cruise, Discovery Island Drummers, Donald's Dino Boat Bash, and Mickey and Friends Flotilla. Flotilla? No idea if I've said that right. I'll put on screen now all rides and attractions and shops that will be open at Animal Kingdom. So again, to name a few, yes, Flight of Passage will be open. Dinosaur will be open. Expedition Everest, if you want to scream like I did on Expedition Everest, feel free, that's going to be open. Festival of the Lion King, that's such a good show, that's going to be on. It's Tough to Be a Bug, Cali River Rapids, Kilimanjaro Safari, Navi River Journey, the animation experience at Conservation Station. Let me just say quickly, completely separate to this video, but if you're going to go to the animation experience and you've never been to it before, you need to get on that random train which is near where you get onto the Kilimanjaro Safari. There's like a train that takes you over to Rafiki's Planet Watch. That is where the animation experience is. Don't get caught out, it can take you a while to get over there, so don't leave it till last minute to go before whatever times there is. Let me just say that because we got caught out and had missed our fast pass. Anyway, yes, Wilderness Explorers is going to be on, and Wildlife Express. Shops that will be open, you've got quite a few. You've got the Chester and Hester's Dinosaur Treasures, Discovery Trading Company, Garden Gate Gifts and Strollers, Kilimanjaro Safari Cart, Out of the Wild, the Dino Institute, and Wind Traders. Okay, so that is Animal Kingdom. Oh gosh, right, we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly done. Final little few bits that you need to know before you go to Walt Disney World. When you do go to the parks, everybody has to wear a face mask. That's whether that's in the theme parks, or whether that's in the water parks, or whether that is in Disney Springs. You have to currently wear a face mask. There is no date at this moment in time that they were going to lift that rule. I have a feeling that's going to be part of the deal until at least September next year. Who knows if it'll change, but I think that's going to be the deal. Face masks must be worn. There's going to be temperature checks at the gate, so if you have a temperature over a certain temperature, clearly, I'll put the temperature on screen now, then you won't be gained access, and it won't just be you that won't be allowed in, it'll be your whole party. There could be 6 of you and only one of you goes over the temperature, and they won't let all 6 of you in, unfortunately. You will need a reservation to get in, which obviously we've just explained that. Your park ticket is not enough anymore just to get in. You've got to pay your £400+ and then you've got to fight it out for a reservation. There's going to be no park hopping temporarily. Becky's facing herself, laughing at me right now. There's no park hopping, and there is lots of hand washing and hand sanitizer stations available all throughout the parks and at Disney Springs. That's it. We're done. I've updated you all. So, yes, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was like useful to you. I really do. I'm so glad that me and Becky haven't got a Walt Disney World What was that? I'm so glad that me and Becky don't have a Walt Disney World trip booked for either this year or next year. At the start of lockdown, we was this close to booking a trip to Walt Disney World for like August next year or September. August or September next year. I'm so glad that we didn't now because, oh, it's just a bit stressful. I personally don't think me and Becky will be visiting Walt Disney World because of all this new news until at least 2022. We did want to go for the 50th anniversary in October next year. We still might do, but we are leaning more towards now leaving it until the year after. But yeah, what are you guys doing? Did you have a reservation? Did you not have a reservation? Was you planning on going next year? Was you planning on going this year? Have you already rescheduled your trip 2 or 3 times and you're getting a bit pissed off with it all? Let me know. Have a chat to me down below in the comments. If there's any more news that comes out, I will make a new video. I will 100% be making a video when they make announcements on Disneyland Paris, because we do have a trip booked to Disneyland Paris. And big shout out to the Disney Parks blog, website, It's Orlando Time Facebook group, Walt Disney World News Today and the Monorail News websites. All my information that I've given you today has been off one of those websites. Yeah, so big shout out to them. I've not just acquired all this knowledge overnight and it's just appeared. I've learnt it all off there, so yeah, big shout out to them. Like I said earlier on, go and join the It's Orlando Time Facebook group. It's very, very helpful. And yeah, that's it basically. I hope you all managed to get your reservations. I'm really sorry if you didn't, if you're like that lady earlier on today. It's just so sad. And have a magical Disney day. That's all I've got left to say. See you next time. Bye! Oh my god, literally as I've just finished that, they've made a Disneyland Paris announcement, so video pending.